Joining me now is former chair and CEO of Saks, Steve Sadove. He's also the former chair of the National Retail Federation. Steve, it's impressive right now just how much the U.S. consumer is staying resilient. But can it keep up? And just where are you seeing the biggest signs of stress?
Well, Dom, I think your observation is right. The consumer has held up extremely well. If you had asked me 6 months ago whether or not the consumer would be holding up with a plus 4% type of consumption trend, I would have said I would have been surprised because you saw so many elements that looked like they were going to weaken. But month by month, the consumer has held up. They're continuing to shop. Now, you do have a K economy. And a K economy is essentially the high-end consumers doing very well. The stock market they're tied to. I used to say at Saks we had about a 0.9 R-square between the stock market and luxury sales. And the lower-end consumer is very stretched. And you can see that with a focus on value being what is winning. So you have this bifurcation among the winners and the losers. But overall, the consumers weathered the tariffs. They continue to shop. The outlook for the holiday season is for about 4% growth versus year ago. You saw that similar number in the month of October. We're already seeing the heavy discounts that are coming in for Black Friday. So I expect this to be a pretty healthy season.
All right, healthy season is one thing, but are there certain companies out there? Steve, you're an operator at your heart. You've had decades of experience doing it. Which types of companies are executing well and properly in that kind of environment, and which ones, in your mind, maybe are not?
Well, I think the operative words are value and innovation. And those companies that are delivering against value, and what I mean by that are the Walmarts, the TJXs, the off-prices, the Ross stores, extremely good execution and tight price points. You look at a Target's had a harder time. I think they're trying to do a lot of the right things, but I don't believe they're delivering the value that you're getting at a Walmart, as an example. I think the off-price players are taking share from the department stores. The department stores are executing, but the high-low department store model is much more stressed relative to the off-price retailers. So now they're within each of them. There are companies doing better and worse relative to execution. But I do think that off-price, the value that's being provided is winning in the marketplace.
Steve, we've made a lot of this K-shape that you referred to, this idea that higher-end consumers and lower-end consumers, mid-scale consumers are kind of diverging. One place where we are seeing a little bit of a convergence, a narrowing of that K, so to speak, is in places like a Costco or a Walmart, where some of the higher-income shoppers are now starting to traffic at some of those locations more than other ones they have in the past. Is that a trend that you see continuing in that regard? This idea that both high-end and middle and lower-end consumers all kind of go to certain specific locations, like perhaps a Walmart or a Costco?
Well, I think that Costco, Walmart are winning on multiple dimensions. Costco is a great place for a find. It's a membership model. Walmart Plus is a membership model. Both of them are offering great value. I think that trend for both of those companies are continuing, and they're doing both of them are doing a much better job in what I would call innovation in fashion. So Walmart, for example, called out in their earnings call the growth that they're seeing in the fashion apparel space. That was never a place that they were winning. They were always 60% grocery and driven by commodity apparel. Now they're going after innovation in fashion and taking share from Target, which used to have the Target innovation model. And I think that you're seeing Costco also deliver against that find that the high-end consumer wants. So you are seeing a big growth in the $100,000 plus customer at both Walmart and at Costco. And I think and you're seeing a trading down from the lower-end consumer. They're also buying at the Walmarts, but they're also buying at the dollar stores and going to the off-price players.